phase of moon. Third.
Welcome back to Third Phase of Moon. My name's Blake Cousins, and we're going over incredible videos that Jim Martin's captured over there in Los Angeles. He's been having his eyes on the skies for about a year now. He has sophisticated equipment. We're going over incredible video that Jim shared with us. Jim, thanks for joining us right here at Third Phase of Moon.
Thank you, Blake. I appreciate being here today.
Right. Okay, Jim, basically, you know, there is a large archive of video that we're going to go over tonight. You know, let's see the equipment that you're working with and what got you into UFOs. Do you have your cameras on you right now?
I do. My main camera I use is the Canon 7D. See if we can get that in the lens here.
There you go.
And I use a, this is called a, it's a kind of a viewfinder called a Zacuto to block the sunlight out. I use this lens. It's a Canon EF 100-400 with 2x extender. This is really how I get those long range shots. This thing goes up and down. Here is my night vision scope. This is manufactured by Night Vision Optics. Ben Hansen was the one who put this together for me. It's the Gen 3 LRS Scout. And last is my new camcorder. This is the Sony HXR NX3. And I just got this thing mostly because it has an incredible zoom range and it's kind of a lighter run and gun camera. That's my setup though.
You know, this setup that you're shooting these, you know, unidentified flying objects, and some of the videos we're looking at right now, they're not just one or two, but maybe you know, few tens of thousands of them. What do you think these things are? They're going in opposite directions of, people would say maybe lints or you know some kind of debris flying over, but then you see things going in the opposite direction, doing 90-degree turns. What are these things in your opinion?
Ooh, it's anyone's guess at this point. I do believe though that they are some kind of living entity, some kind of creature up there. As you said, there's hundreds of them, maybe thousands of them up there. They look to be cigar-shaped. I think many people would call them rods. To me, to my eye, it looks mostly like orbs and rods up there. And why the scale is so large, I have no idea. I've just recently been able to shoot at this focal range of 800 millimeters. So now I'm really kind of seeing the scale of what is up there, but I'm not sure what it is, but I do believe it's unidentified flying objects, obviously.
You know, we're going to go over your videos right now, YouTube. We're going to play the entire video that Jim submitted, and then we'll come back and ask Jim some more questions. Sit back and enjoy. This is incredible stuff.
Here's an orb ascending upward over my deck. I filmed this with my Canon 7D and Canon telephoto lens. Here's a motion track of the object. Here's another filter. You can see a UFO flying up to the left. This was filmed on Christmas Day, 2013. Cool. Wow. I spotted this orb moving slowly compared to the rest of the traffic. Dropped a filter on it. Here's two orbs flying in sync together. Motion track of the object. Fast-moving orb flying through the frame. This was super close up. This one flies 90 degrees straight and makes a sharp left turn. Here's a cigar UFO. I spotted this orb flying along the telephone wires. Zoomed in a little bit on my camera. You can see it was cruising around pretty low in the neighborhood. Here's a filter applied. These are two orbs filmed right across from my apartment. See, they're kind of blinking in and out. Close up of them. Filmed this back in November 2013. The object starts morphing. Tail appears. Saw this orb flew into the frame fast. I did my best to film it. UFO banks down, turns right, parks it, heads back down. Here's a rod. Looking at the object closely, it almost looks machine-like or mechanical. Here's a swarm I filmed at 800 millimeters focal range. In the right sunlight, you can see a lot of activity in the sky. Here's a close-up without the filters. This object is flying much faster than the rest of the activity in the sky. the object is also flying the opposite direction. You can see it really maneuvering around the different orbs. This craft seemed to have a force field around the front and back of the UFO. When we motion track the object, you can clearly see it.
We at Third Phase Moon, we want to put these videos out because we think it's opening the people's minds around the world. If they're not looking at this and asking the question, then the knowledge of UFOs isn't going to get out. Third Phase Moon, you know, our goal is to share this to the world and let the people decide. Jim, you know, I really want to thank you for sharing this incredible video, you know, videos you shot over the year. What, in your, you know, experiences shooting these things, what would you give advice to the public on how to shoot it? You have a, you know, real good hand and steady hand at capturing these things. What's your advice to the people on how to shoot a UFO?
Well, my advice would be, one is to learn about UFOs firstly. I learned about UFOs through Robert Bingham. He taught me how to summon and kind of taught me what to look for when filming. So it's helpful to have an understanding of what you're looking for first. Secondly, I would just say have a good camcorder and a tripod is really important. Getting a steady shot is critical, especially for these fast flying kind of objects. The one tip I would give people, which I've discovered, is under the right sunlight, you can see a lot of activity. So between 10:30 and say 1:30 each day, find a spot where the sun is pretty heavy, but maybe where your roof is blocking it directly, blocking the sun directly, but you can still see the rays. Point your camera up there, and that's how you'll start catching these kinds of objects. My last tip would be just let your camera record, walk away, let it film for 5 minutes, come back, and you'll be amazed at what you capture.
Well, you know, I really think that people are going to be watching this video and have all kinds of comments of your incredible captures, Jim. Can you tell everybody on how to find you on YouTube?
Thank you very much. My YouTube channel is Infamous Fan Club on YouTube.com. And I also like to mention some of my friends' channels, Robert Bingham at UFO Robert Bingham on YouTube and Jonathan Castro also on YouTube. And lastly, I really like to thank Third Phase Moon for featuring this video today. I really appreciate it.
Well, we appreciate you sharing your incredible videos to the world, Jim, and everybody, if you capture...
Welcome back to Third Phase of Moon. My name's Blake Cousins, and in this week's episode, we're going over 2 incredible videos submitted to us right here at Third Phase. Now let's get to it. Now for our first video, shot from Austin, Texas by Jason, who describes this incredible object as a sight to behold. Notice the light blinking underneath the craft. This isn't no FAA regulated lights. What is this object?
There it goes behind them trees. look at that. No way a UFO would need landing lights.
Third phase on Moon.
I wish this thing would focus in a little better.
Third phase on Moon.
Unidentified flying object.
And there he goes behind the trees.
Unidentified flying object. Unidentified flying object.
It's going into that light. Hard to see. Still see it going behind them trees.
Unidentified flying object.
Right over downtown Austin, Texas.
Unidentified flying object.
And I can't see it anymore. Still see it on film though. It's gone though, I can't see it at all. Look at how it lights up right there.
Flying object. Flying object. Flying object. Flying object. Flying.
What do you think that could be?
We want to thank Jason all the way from Austin, Texas for submitting his incredible video to us right here at Third Phase of Moon. Now for our second video, we received a call from Amanda all the way from Michigan while we're live on the radio show, and she submitted this incredible film. Take a look at it.
Unidentified flying object.
When I first received the video, I didn't notice and realize what Amanda was explaining to me on the radio was that there was a massive skyscraper-sized UFO, triangular in shape, hovering over this mansion. Could this be a TR-3B, a reverse-engineered alien military aircraft? You decide.
Unidentified flying object. Unidentified flying object. Unidentified flying object. Unidentified. Unidentified. Unidentified flying object.
I'm recording now, because what I thought I was taking a video before, and I think I am right now, but yeah, I think I am. It's right above me. It's hard to tell how high it is. No. I'll show you the video, because right now I am taking a video. Oh my god, it's gonna be on the news. It has to be. Somebody else has to be seeing this. I'm in Novi, like in my brother's neighborhood. It's weird because, yeah. Let me get another. I wish you were here. You would be freaking out. Yeah, I'm taking good footage now because there's a perspective, like there's a house in perspective, and now it's kind of going far away now. Oh, it's kind of leaving. It's going east. Oh my, they have to know I'm here. Oh my god. I'm seeing my first UFO. Like, no, 100%. There's no way, unless somebody has a remote controlled thing, which there's no, because I still see it. It's like, oh my god.
What are these strange lights appearing over the planet Earth? Have your cameras ready because we're standing by right here at Third Phase of Moon. Bill Clinton last night spoke live on the Jimmy Kimmel Show and said that it's possible, and he wouldn't be surprised that we'd be invaded by aliens. This is an incredible statement coming from the president himself.
I think it's about time someone said something. I'm glad he revealed it, and I'm glad a president said it.
Well, what do I think about Bill Clinton saying that we might be invaded by aliens? Well, I think that's a good possibility. I mean, are they here now?
I think that there's the great possibility that there's life outside of our planet, solar system, wherever you want to think about it, man. It's a vast whatever it is out there, and why wouldn't there be life somewhere else?
Well, what I think, what Bill Clinton said about the alien, I think he's right. I think we've had aliens invaded for a long time, and I think it's something that will shock a lot of people and kind of a big controversy, but it's something that people should kind of prepare, I guess.
Well, shoot, you know, it's nice to know that somebody in the government at least admitting that something that might be possible. We're not the only ones out here in this little old dark space.
I mean, I definitely believe there's something out there, but we don't know if it's intelligent enough. You know, we're not given enough information to know what's possible. So, I mean, it's up in the air.
when Bill Clinton says we might have some aliens to come here, could be possible, and I hope they're friendly, and I hope that we're friendly with them.
It's a beginning, it's a start. You know, somebody's got to say something. I mean, they're all running scared. Nobody wants to really say anything.
Do I think it's possible that the government is slowly releasing information about extraterrestrials to us? Anything's possible. I wouldn't say that's the case though. I feel like, you know, the general public isn't ready for that type of knowledge. And so, yeah, I don't think they really would release that even if they did have it.
It's quite incredible that they didn't allow Bill and Hillary into Area 51.
If Bill and Hillary were denied access to Area 51, I definitely couldn't go. I know probably that. And so who can go and why can they go?
I mean, really, a president of the United States can't get in anywhere he wants? It's kind of strange to me. It's a little suspect. I'm thinking maybe the aliens are already here.
Why they wouldn't let Bill and Hillary in to Area 51? Well, I think so that's obviously showing that they're doing something pretty secretive there.
Do I believe that the government will now release information about UFOs? Now that Bill Clinton has come out with it, it's a good start.
I think that the fact that, you know, there are planets that are being discovered that could potentially support life is merely a result of probability. You know, like there are so many stars out there and each one is, you know, going to go through relatively a lot of the same processes that our star is going through. And, you know, planet formation and expansion and depletion. And yeah, it's just probability. With those many options and those many possibilities, you know, it can happen.
Like, who's the one that controls all that? If it's not the president, who is it? And once the gates open, people are just going to start wanting to know more, because if they say that there's possibilities of other planets and whatnot, we're going to want to know more about that. And so they're going to have to give us something.
You know, I don't know for sure if there are UFOs. I saw something one night in Tennessee that I can't explain. And the person I was trying to wake up to see it too was asleep and I couldn't wake him up. But I still to this day think I saw it. So everybody else is seeing these things everywhere. Why couldn't there be life from some other planet?
Well, you know, Bill Clinton said maybe it'd be like the aliens coming in Independence Day, and, you know, maybe they're already here. I mean, I hope so, and I hope they're friendly, because, you know, I don't want my head to get eaten.
Have I ever seen a UFO myself? Well, to say the truth, I've seen some pretty freaky objects.
I do believe there are some things out there. I've seen a couple things that I can't explain, but I think if they are out there and if they're coming, I hope they're friendly. I think they will be.
So what do I think about Bill and Hillary not being allowed into Area 51? I'd be curious to know who is allowed into Area 51 and who does, you know, make those calls. Like, who does make that call?
As far as Bill Clinton say about alien invasion, I hope they're friendly.
Things even the president doesn't know, and probably shouldn't, because he would have the power to make the changes to make everyone else know, you know?
Do I believe in UFOs? Yeah, I do. I think they're out there.
Do I believe in UFOs? Is the question, do I believe in UFOs or do I believe in aliens? Okay, let me put it this way. If there is an alien species that is advanced enough to travel within galaxies, then it's needless to say that they're infinitely more complex and developed than we are. And so for them to stop here, you know, if they did stop here, they probably didn't make an effort to talk with us, because think of it this way, like when you're walking down the street and you see a worm on the side of the road, you're obviously infinitely more advanced than that worm, but it's another life form. You're not going to stop and have a conversation with it because it's pointless. You know, they're just not on your level. And so if aliens did come here, which I think they probably have, then they probably wouldn't make an effort to communicate with us just because we're not on the same level.
So that's the word from the street in regards to the UFO phenomenon and Bill Clinton's shocking statements. And if you've captured anything amazing in regards to this phenomenon, submit it to us via Skype or Facebook. My name is Blake Cousins, and we'll see you again.
There they go.
Blake Cousins here at Third Phase Moon with breaking news. Ed is in contact with us right now. He's just shared incredible video of what looks to be a star ship, a beam ship of some sort, shooting vertically in the night sky. Ed's with us right now. His videos are going viral. The people have shared his videos, asking the big questions. They're all over the internet. Ed's footage over the past couple months have been so, exciting in the UFO world right now. People are amazed. Ed, tell me, what's the circumstance behind this video? And welcome back to Third Phase.
Yeah, Blake, thanks for having me back. This was shot in 1987, right after I was getting off the ship. It was my first time on the ship with Voss.
Okay, Ed, explain, let's backpedal a little bit, because I want to concentrate on this video that we're looking at, and we're zooming in, we're analyzing these photos, and we're not seeing any thing that could say that this is a hoax of any kind. Ed, let me ask you right now, is this a hoax? Because people just want to know this straight up, and we'll move along.
There they go. No, this is authentic footage that I shot after being on the ship for the first time. It delivered me back within feet of my truck. I went back to my truck, grabbed my camera, and I had to backpedal to get some footage before it left.
All right, Ed, we got to get these questions, the hardcore ones, out of the way first. Now let's get into detail. This incredible video we're looking at, we're going to share it to the world. Everybody's going to make up their own mind and decide what's going on here. Okay, Ed, so you were aboard the ship. This video right now is as they were taking off and leaving, and you say you were backpedaling, getting the shot. What happened before this on board this ship?
Blake, this was my first time on the ship, and I had seen this ship many times. I think I've sent you other video footage of the ship that I ended up going on with, and the contact I had identified himself as Voss through telepathic communication. There was no voice. And this was my first time on the ship, and right after I got delivered back through this same beam of light that you see the ship departing with, I was able to get back to my truck and shoot this footage.
We're looking at this footage. You know, it takes off right behind the tree. What's the size of this craft?
The ship was about the size of a small house. It was probably about 80 feet to 120 feet in length, and the height of it was maybe 2/3 of that. But the beam of light, the light coming off this, is something that the video captured, but it was different in person.
Did this make any sound? It seems like it's almost a rocket booster, a thrust of some sort, rocket engineered.
No sound at all, Blake. It didn't make any sound. There was no sound at all, Blake.
You know, we're talking right before you shared this video, that you're saying that this isn't you have somebody in your family that...
I mentioned that my uncle was a lieutenant in the Air Force during World War II. He was the one that I first saw an unidentified flying object with. It happened when I was a young boy, and it happened more than once, but it happened with my uncle. And after my uncle died at a young age, he was only 66 when he died, I continued to have these visitations, and I continue to have them today. I think the only reason why I have ever had contacts with UFOs and extraterrestrial intelligence is because of my uncle. And it makes me think of Voss, because it's the same kind of telepathic communication that happened with my uncle and I. There were a lot of things left unsaid, but that were clearly understood.
Ed, a few days ago, we posted this incredible video of a classic metallic flying saucer, and it doesn't get much better than this. I didn't get your comments of what the circumstance behind that was, but there's a lot of stuff going on in the video. You see apparitions flying by. It almost looks like something's jettisoning out of the UFO. What was going on in this shot right here?
Yeah, Blake, I just dug these up, and this was a great discovery to make again. This came in about 1986. It might have been as early as 1984. There's two of these here, and they're different. They look similar, but they're actually different craft. But they are in the same area of the country. I was in South Carolina at that time, and I spoke of my uncle in my introduction to these craft through him. That was my first experience, and this is experience that I had before. And what I'm coming up with is some interesting stuff, but as I told you the first time we spoke, this is a part of my life, but it's not the only part of my life. And I know I carried a camera on that ship, but I also know that there's a different force of energy working there. So I'll look in my archives and see what I might be able to discover for you. But it's a different environment, one where our alternating current is not functioning. I'll see what I can come up with. As I find this is enjoyable for me. I'm having a good time looking at these old archives and digging the stuff up. And as I said before, this is just a part of my life, like there's another part of my life. You know, when I first experienced the UFO with my uncle, it was not long after Neil Armstrong had first walked on the moon. And, you know, this just seemed normal to me when I had this experience with my uncle. But what's happened since that time has been very slow. And that's okay, because this is just another part of my life. But the fact of the matter is that, you know, we all heard last week about ex-President Clinton coming on the news and saying, you know, the aliens are coming. I mean, this is common knowledge. The aliens are already here.
How does that make you feel, Ed, that, you know, these ETs are making contact with you, and the you know, president of the United States can't even prove that ET exists, and, you know, Area 51 once held the bodies crashed from Roswell, and, you know, they have the alien technology, and presidents can't even be involved with that, and you're making contact with them.
Oh, Blake, at the risk of sounding arrogant, I'll just tell you, I've had these experiences, maybe we're counting 60 experiences I've had, visitations, being on alien craft, seeing these objects, communicating with Voss, my history. So I don't look at it in terms of the way other skeptics might look. And I truly believe that this is much bigger than any Area 51 or whatever happened with the president. This is much bigger than that kind of detail. They brought me on the ship with Voss, escorting me into another room where they presented to me an image that I saw. I can only describe it as being a hologram, where this image was floating in free space, and this image was me, and it was who I was. That's what they were communicating to me telepathically. They were saying to me that this is you, and this definition of me through this hologram image that was like a DNA chain, a mathematical formula of my genotype, and what they were communicating to me was that this was in compliance of what they wanted to be. This was welcoming to them. This was friendly to them. This was what they wanted, and this was positive, and they were almost congratulating me for who I was.
We want the details, Ed, and these photos and videos that you continuously submit. We're looking forward to you keep digging into your archives and sharing what it is. You have Super 8. You need help to recover some film. We'd love to do that. Ed, thanks again for joining us at Third Phase Moon. You keep in touch.
It's my pleasure, Blake. I appreciate Third Phase of Moon and your forum for me to share my archives with, and I'll keep looking to see what I have. Maybe I have something that you're interested in, and we can share with other people. Thank you.
Thank you, Ed. And wow, we just wanted to do it like we do it at Third Phase of Moon. Share it in real time, liquid information. It's like a faucet of water, continuously streaming live to the people around the world. Everybody keep your eyes on the skies. And if you've captured anything amazing in regards to the UFO phenomenon, submit it to Third Phase via Skype or Facebook. My name's Blake Cousins. We'll see you again next time.
There they go. There they go. That's it. See you, Voss.
By popular demand, we are pleased to announce the Third Phase of Moon album is finally featured on iTunes. With all your favorite songs and themes you hear on the top UFO channel on YouTube, Third Phase of Moon. Out of This World soundtracks composed by master artist Paul Barrett. With 12 remastered and extended cuts to enjoy. Download them now, exclusive on iTunes. Click the link in the description below. Now listen for yourself, heard by millions around the world, Paul Barrett's album, Third Phase of Moon.